So this is the KhoodeelaarTVChannel television channel, broadcasting under the banner of Baby AngelGeronimo Manifesto editions. Timed at 03:10 hours GMT on Monday, 11th of March 2024. One of the things that the Sky News, still being described as being founded by Dr. Rupert Murdoch, regularly does is to dilute the impact of the already over-diluted news aspect of the news, if you like. And it does this regularly in a 15 to 30 minutes slot called Press Preview, which looks at the newspaper, British newspaper, Fleet Street newspaper front pages, dated on the day before the actual publication, and the news agents. So the Monday's front pages are reviewed in the time slot between the end of the official day of Sunday. And one of the two commentators that appeared on this slot, fronted by a Sky News presenter of African descent, and the two, one is the white Anglo-Saxon and the other one is a mixed race origin, female. The Anglo-Saxon one was spewing about extremism and the demonstrations in solidarity with the people of Palestine. Now, the Anglo-Saxon one was described as a broadcaster and commentator or something. But he spewed about 20 different ways until there was nothing left of the actual core of the sentence that he was supposed to be opining on. This is Sky News' version of festering the Little Englander mentality. The idea is to totally deny, by the time the sentence is finished, the viewer, it is supposed to be a viewer with limited IQ, very limited IQ, lowest possible IQ, has no idea as to what they're watching. So if there were, say, 500,000 people demonstrating on Saturday against the Zionist genocide of Palestinians, then the people reading the newspapers coverage on Monday and those smaller numbers watching the Sky News press preview, looking at the coverage being covered or covered up by Sky News, would be completely reduced to having no intelligence at all. You have no direction. You have absolutely no idea what the moron was talking about. And that is the whole idea. Now, as he said on the papers of Saturday, front pages of the papers of Saturday, the Times, for example, of Saturday had the two mothers of the two teenaged victims of murder at Nottingham University, saying they have lost all faith in the police. Now, that is not news at all. That is not news at all, but this is the front page of the Times. Says that they have no faith in the police. They have lost all faith in the police. And they want justice. And as I said, there was no justice in the United Kingdom at all. And that's the idea. Now, the Sunday Times has the main front page lead story about the alleged secret flight taken by Boris Johnson to Venezuela. And he's informing Dave Cameron by text while on the flight to Venezuela, which seems to be Rishi Sunak stuffing his dying days of his regime with condemned conservatives. Simultaneously, this is the news cycle which also coincidentally carries the item about Theresa May standing down at the next election. And this is a contradictory piece in the Sunday Times about Venezuela, because it's not about Boris Johnson at all. It's Boris Johnson being recruited as part of the Western kind of stance over Russia's war on Ukraine. But the most telling item, which is printed on front page, but it's given smaller space, front page of the Sunday Times of the 10th of March 2024, is that Sunak says he will squeeze benefits to cut tax. He will squeeze benefits to cut tax. That heading should be actually, Sunak is going to make cost of living even worse. And there is another item about the Grenfell massacre, Grenfell Tower massacres. There are 33 Grenfell Tower massacres, police constables seeking compensation for psychiatric injuries suffered after Britain's worst post-war residential fire. Now, that was not post-war residential fire. It was a massacre Because as we have said in the last 200 or so comments on the Grenfell Tower massacres, the Grenfell Tower was architecturally very rare building because it was sited in a way that it could be approached by military helicopters from 5 sides. If the government decided to actually extinguish the fire and save any of the 70 plus people that were massacred, which they chose not to do. So it was a massacre, and this police people, Metropolitan Police, claiming psychiatric injuries are actually imitating the actual standard of the claim of most of the bereaved families and survivors. And there is another contradictory piece in the Times about the police and the conservatives. The 8th of March, Friday, the 8th of March 2024, and the headline is contradictory because the headline says Khan challenger would sort Met troubles behind closed doors. It should actually be the conservative candidate would hide corruption, criminality, and racism committed by Metropolitan Police. But the headline says Khan challenger, which gives the idea that it is Khan who is challenging. He's not. Now, at age 67, the Russian born molecular biologist is apparently now engaged to 92-year-old Rupert Murdoch, the dirty digger. Elena Zhukova.